Hey guys, what is going on? Just Gamer here for a new video. Today I'm going to be covering the Ripper best class setup. Now I thought I'd do this because it's a new weapon and you may be thinking, you may even not know where the Ripper is. Basically it's exclusive to Xbox Season Pass holders at the moment, and yeah, it's part of Map Pack 2, although they've decided to release it early. Why they have, I have no idea. It's really cool, really exciting. I don't know why they've done it. It's cool though, and definitely something that I would like to do in the future, like how to release the weapon before the maps, because I think it just gets, lets people get a little bit, used to the weapon. But anyway, today, like I said, best class setup. If you do enjoy, make sure you smash that like button. And if you've got your own ideas, your own classes that you'd like to change a little bit or completely different from this, leave them in the comments below. Leave your comments. That'd be absolutely awesome. I'd love to hear them. But anyway, into the class setup then. Hope you guys enjoy. And if you haven't subscribed already, then you can do so by clicking the subscribe button below. So, onto the weapon itself. I love it as it is. I don't really like the camos. I mean, obviously gold, there's probably a bit too much of gold now. You see a lot of weapons that are gold, but it does look a very attractive weapon itself without anything on it. And obviously the reloading is different. It actually clips onto the bottom compared to normally where you'd put the ammo into the weapon. Okay, so onto the attachments then. I use muzzle brake and foregrip. Now, I think foregrip is pretty much a must-have and pretty much used with every single weapon, but muzzle brake you can swap out for a silencer or whatever. I mean, or extra ammo, though you don't really need that. You can also have an increased rate of fire. The problem with that though is it kind of ups the recoil and makes it even worse. So I would not suggest that. I suggest the muzzle brake because it increases the bullet damage at longer ranges, and it's very important. Now, I haven't got it in this clip, but I was trying to record a clip, getting used to the weapon very, very, very quickly, and I was shooting through the walls, and it worked really, really, really well. Like compared to normally weapons where you shoot through the wall and it like kind of gets a hit mark on them, or it doesn't. This one, it got this guy really quickly, and it happens a few times. So I think it's definitely important to have the muzzle brake and the foregrip. Like I said, it will kind of like the recoil mean that both on the SMG and the assault rifle version, it will kind of shoot up diagonally up to the top right, and then center, and then it might go down and then up, and it's crazy. So foregrip a must have, I would say, and a muzzle brake, yeah, you can have it if you want. But yeah, I would say muzzle brake is quite good as well. So that's what I use. I love it. It's my favorite setup. And for the secondary lethal and tactical, as usual, I do not have anything. You can swap that out. You can have some grenade or whatever you want, but I keep it blank because it just means that I have more points to spend on perks. And for talking about perks, I have 5 perks. I have 5 interesting perks, and I use them quite a lot. These are normally the perks I use for most weapons, but it's very important. Again, I think they apply very well to this weapon indeed. So let's start out with the first one. It is of course speed, and it is sleight of hand, so it's faster reloading, and yeah, nothing more need to say. I mean, it's the ammo clips onto the bottom, it makes it really, really, really quick. It looks really, really cool, and more importantly, it just means you're ready for the gunfight. If you don't have a sleight of hand, then I just think you're making a mistake. So you can use another perk, whatever you want, but I would definitely say sleight of hand. Not only does it look better, because it really annoys me when the gun reloads slowly. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. But not only that, but I mean, I think it's a gun that's needed with sleight of hand, because it's an SMG. You're going to be up close to people, but it's also an assault rifle. But I think it works better as an assault rifle. But SMG, it does look quite good as well. But you need to be very, very close range to use it, because the iron sight itself isn't that great, so I say quite close range. Otherwise, the assault rifle is perfect as it is. Yeah, but what I wanted to say though is that not only does it switch sights when you switch between the SMG and the assault rifle, but also it actually increases and decreases the rate of fire. So when you have an SMG, you'll have the iron sight and a higher rate of fire, and when you have the assault rifle version, it is a lower rate of fire, more powerful, and obviously the holographic sight, which looks really, really cool, like the Titanfall one. So on to the next perk then. It is of course Stalker. Now I know SMGs kind of have a basic, not as good built-in Stalker, but I would definitely say that you do need Stalker for this weapon. It just works really, really well. I do use Stalker with pretty much all my weapons, but I definitely think you do need it. It lets you do that kind of popping in and out of corners things. It lets you do the thing where you can kind of dodge on the spot so you don't get shot as easily. And yeah, I think it just works really, really, really well on this weapon. And of course, you can jump shot, and it works, like I said, really, really well on this weapon. So you don't have to have it. You could use the perk where you aim in quickly, 3 points, I can't remember what it's called. something like quick aim or something like that. But anyway, yeah, so that's what you could do. But anyway, yeah, so the next perk is Amplify. I do use this on every single one of my classes. It just works so well. It's basically like a UAV for your ears. It's just, because I have a headset, I can hear people really, really well, and I think I'll do it on the video soon. I know I said that before, but you definitely, guys, I would say you definitely need it. It's just so useful, and I would not go without it in any game. It lets you hear them really well. Like I said, you can hear them around corners, quite far away. You know where they're coming from. You can instantly have a one-up on them. So the next perk is, of course, Focus, and it's very good, mainly for the reduced flinch when hit. So when people are shooting at you, you don't flinch as much when they're shooting at you, and that's very useful. It has, again, an advantage when they're shooting at you, but also it has something to do with, you know, when you're aiming down sights. And I don't want to get into too much of that now, but Focus is, again, a good perk. You don't have to use it though. It's not the must-have. And finally, Fully Loaded. You start with maximum ammo capacity. Now you have even more ammo capacity if you used the 50% extra ammo in each clip, but it's not really that important. I say Fully Loaded is good enough as it is. I mean, yeah, you start with maximum ammo capacity. It means you don't have to worry about it. I mean, if you eventually go on a really high streak and run out of ammo, you can pick up someone else's weapon, or, you know, you can go up and knife people. There's no issue. So Fully Loaded, definitely the perk to go over. Otherwise, if you don't have it, you can find yourself quite a lot running out of ammo, worrying, and then it just means you run in and you die. So definitely, I'd say those are the 5 most important perks for this weapon anyway. And then lastly, for the strike package, I know it doesn't really matter, but I use the dog on every single one of my classes. I use the Trinity rocket, it's very useful, and I use it loads as well. And finally, I use the Maniac. Now, I only went back to this when they actually like glitched the SC-2010 as the Juggernaut's weapon, which I thought was quite funny. But anyway, now I use the Maniac and the Helo Pilot. Those are my 2 favorite top-end kill streaks, and they're actually not as powerful as what you think as some of the previous games, but in Map Pack 2 they have promised some new ones from field orders, like the AC-10 or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this best class setup. I know it's a bit long, but anyway, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed. You can leave your support and everything below. That's awesome. If you've got your own class setup, then just let me know. And if you'd like to see another one of my videos, you can go and check them out at the end in just a second. But I've been Rage Gamer, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.